they be pooping and stuff. Sneezing. If I wanted to get sneezed on, I'd go to the hospital and just hang out by the door.
That'd be a really weird move to just go and hang out by the hospital.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not doing it.
How to survive the classroom.
Hey, teacher besties. I am so excited to share with you that my book, They Never Taught Us That, is available for pre-order right now. It is everything inexperienced first-year teachers need to manage the chaos of the modern classroom, including some anecdotes to make you feel a little bit better, because if there is a way you can screw up, I have probably done it. It also has advice on how to build trust with families, how to manage grading and lesson plans and IEPs and everything in between that they never went over in your teacher prep program. They Never Taught Us That is available everywhere right now for pre-order. Hey, teacher besties. Welcome to How to Survive the Classroom. I am beyond excited because today I have the very funny Gerry Potoka with me as my guest. Hi, Gerry.
Hi, how are you?
He took that moment to drink out of his beverage as I was like doing the run up to introduce him. Oh, is that your Stanley?
This is my Wicked Stanley. Look at
his Wicked Stanley. It's so beautiful. I know. It's very, I don't know what to call that color. It's like color changing.
It's like
green.
Iridescent.
Iridescent.
Yeah, that's why I was saying up here.
Yeah. I wanted to introduce you properly, but the notes you gave to my producer said you were finalist in North Carolina's Funniest. But there's not, like, what's the end of that? You were finalist in North Carolina's Funniest what?
So that's their Helium Comedy does a contest across all the clubs. And well, not across all the clubs do it. And for like Austin is Cap City. I think they do Austin's Funniest. Indianapolis is Funniest. But Raleigh's is North Carolina's Funniest because Goodnights used to do that before Helium ever bought them. And I lost that this year.
Oh. Well, what you said you were a finalist though. How close did you get to number one?
I don't know. I was in the top 9 and there were like 140 when we started.
You're like, I was top 9. There was 11 of us.
Yeah, so I was top 9 out of about like 9.
So for my listeners, if you guys have not caught on yet, I have talked a lot about Gerry on the podcast because he was our opener in North Carolina and Richmond, because he came up to Richmond. And Gasper, Phil, and I just immediately fell in love with all that is Gerry because you are so funny. You're working the comedy scene and you are still teaching. And in the episode where I talked about you, and still to this moment, I'm not actually sure what you teach. Gerry, what is it that you are instructing the youth of America on exactly? Because I know you're middle school.
We be in here, like we be in here. There's just so much to learn, and there's some of it we learn here, some of it we don't. Some of it they learn out there. But we be learning something here.
Oh my God, right, so Gerry, it is.
So
what is it? You've got a license, right? Do you have a teaching license? And what is it in? No, the way he just looked nervous.
All right.
Gerry.
I'm on my last year of a temporary license, and I'm finishing getting my like official license. So when I started, I was teaching PE, and our numbers went down a lot. And they were like, "Okay, you had mentioned being open to teaching business and teaching social studies." And business is what ended up opening up. So I've taught business with CTE. CTE's career technical education. Yeah, I've taught economics. I've taught keyboarding and basic word processing. Now I teach exploring personal character and careers. We do like personality tests and learn about your learning styles and how all that applies to careers that they want. 7th grade, I teach them how to use Google Drives, like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. Now you know why I would never tell you. I've done shaving years all my life telling you why I teach.
I was going to say, the more you're talking
my blood
about what
pressure's
you teach,
up,
the less
Andrea.
I feel. The more you describe what you teach now, the more confused I am. There's a whole class about teaching how to learn like Google Drive.
Yeah, because I'll be doing
and that's what you teach.
Mm-hmm. I'll be in here.
And the license that you're getting is going to be in CTE?
It'll be in CTE and PE because I had to pass both the practices to be able to do them. And
Gotcha.
so I don't know. The PE practice is apparently really hard because it deals.
But
You wouldn't think it is, but you're dealing with
yeah.
like PE and health. So I'm having to deal with all the health side of stuff, and they ask you about different legislatures and stuff on there. And I passed the first time with little to no studying. And
Look
all
at you.
my
No, you studied a
coworkers
lot.
didn't.
Don't.
No, I really didn't. I probably could have totaled up to maybe 2 hours if I'm being generous total that I studied. And I've met people, other PE teachers. Some of them have taken it like 4 times. Some of them had to study for months building up to it. And I kind of just walked in there and got buckets on them. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go pass. I'm gonna just pass the test. And I did the same thing for business. I didn't study at all. And I just passed.
You are a savant. You are obviously a genius, Renaissance man.
Yeah, I'm a prodigy.
Having the business, yes, the business side and obviously the PE side. And I mean this with the utmost respect to PE teachers who might be listening. But do you think that that the test is that hard, or that the people taking it are not as academic?
It was hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I remember it, like, and on the test they'd be like, what Bill? And I'm like, Bill? Who's Bill? Did he coach basketball? Who's Bill? I'm like, what are we doing? There'd be stuff on there like about legislature and in 1967. I'm like, in 1967, I don't even know if we was teaching PE yet. I think we was just out there because they was walking everywhere, like because the cars were expensive, I thought. But
So your basis on what the bill was that was passed in 1967 was like, we probably weren't actually even doing. I mean, whatever approach you took, it worked.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, no, I'm bad at that. Like, not bad. I'm bad at it. I'm bad about like stuff just goes my way. Like things be
You
working.
fail up?
Things be
Is that
working
what
out for me. Like,
I do want to know what is written behind you guys. Though if you guys can't see Gerry right now, he is behind this beautifully what looks like a painted mural. What are the words that are behind you on the little snowy landscape?
so it says,
It's the other way.
Where it
There you go.
I feel poetic.
You'll
You'll move
read it
back.
to us.
I'm talking. My show.
podcast.
My show now. No, my show now. You. I can't stop laughing long enough to read it because it feels corny. I didn't put it there. You'll move mountains. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Aw,
Ain't none of these kids climbing mountains.
Isn't that Dr. Seuss? It felt like it had the energy
I didn't
of
know
Dr.
him.
Seuss.
I don't know.
You did the famous educational theorist Dr. Seuss. You're not as
Wait till you see
familiar
this.
with him. Okay. Are
So
you
I have-
at your desk right now?
Yeah, I'm at work still.
I would actually love to see a desk tour if you want to like
No,
bring out
because I
some
cleaned
highlights
it
of
and it
what's at
still
your
looks bad.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I got,
That's
I'll pick stuff up. This is a picture of me that one of the kids colored.
yeah, because you have coloring pages of yourself.
I do.
Right?
And as soon as Amazon quits playing, I'll have a coloring book.
That's amazing. We love to see
I
it.
got
What are you looking for right now?
the coloring pages.
Oh, got it. Yeah. So are you going to start giving those out at shows?
I want to sell the coloring books. Like I got like 30 of these. That's me.
Who made these? You guys, you can't see because this is an audio platform. But he
Oh,
did like a secret finger to his mouth about who made those.
I may have had some digital assistants
Oh, got it.
perfectly
Yeah,
within
that
the
tracks.
law. And
Within the law, naturally.
I don't know the name of this painting for the people who can't see, but you know the painting where it's the two farmers and they're married, I guess, and they stand next to each other, one's holding a pitchfork. Well,
Yes.
it's one of those, but they're both me.
It's very famous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is very
I love it.
famous. It's probably if you go like Cracker Barrel or something, they probably got it. And then there's one of me as the Mona Lisa.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's
Guys, these are
been me the whole
absolute
time.
works of art. And In fact, I'm going to be moving my studio space soon. So I'm going to have to get you to send me some of those. Once they're on Amazon, I'll buy them and then I'll have it.
This is me as Julius Caesar.
Okay, but we should send that to Gasper so he can put it up in his classroom, obviously. Obviously.
Oh, I should.
So Gerry, you have taught so many different things over how many years? How long have you been teaching now?
This is my 4th year teaching, my 5th school year here. So I was a TA in a special ed classroom my first year.
Okay, gotcha. And what made you want to become a teacher?
I thought I was going to be good at it. I wish I was lying to you. I remember I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was like, I think I could do that. Like, I think I could
Yeah.
talk in front of people all day. I think I could do that.
I mean, that tracks. And you chose obviously the money making way of talking in front of people all day and became a teacher.
Yeah, I couldn't think of nothing better.
I mean,
My mom became a teacher like while I was in college. And
Really?
and she was like, "Hey, are you sure? like you could there's like a lot of other stuff I could do."
and are there any teachers that you had when you were like in school yourself that were like an inspiration to you at all?
I had lots of good teachers. The first one I really remember, and it's not to say I didn't have good teachers before that, but I think it might have been my first male teacher for a subject that wasn't PE, and his name is Mr. Lancaster, and he taught social studies, and that social studies was like the only core instruction class I liked when I was in school. Like I wasn't good at math. I didn't like science, and then before that, I didn't like social studies. At one time, I did an assignment on latitude and longitude, and I made a 5. I'm like, I don't know where nothing is.
You got a 5?
Yeah,
Out of what?
100.
Oh no. That's pretty brutal. That was a map test?
No, we were supposed to do something with latitude and longitude, and see, I still don't know what the assignment was, so maybe it wasn't my fault.
I'm pretty sure that latitude and longitude is usually map related, right?
I got a 5, Andrea. You tell me.
Let me
Obviously, I didn't know.
Yep, that tracks. What kind of a student were you in school?
I was always quiet through like middle school. And around 9th grade was when I started talking to more people. And by the time I got like 10th grade, I did whatever I wanted. Like I wasn't being bad. Everybody liked me, so I could get away with doing goofy stuff. So I wasn't a good student at all because I wouldn't do the work. I couldn't
Right.
sit. And probably in hindsight, I had like real bad ADHD,
Mhm.
and I wasn't doing anything. I would say, "Hey, can I go sit in the hall and do my work?" But I would just go sit in the hall and talk to my friends. And then at the end of the quarter, I was like, "Yo, I have a 14. I got to do some work." And I would try and do all of it. And my teachers would try and like help me out.
Yeah. Because they liked you because you were like the personality hire of the classroom.
Right. One time I had a teacher, I'm not going to say their name because this was probably like not okay, but they made me do a wall sit in class and put the textbooks on my lap. So I kept talking trash. I was like, "This is easy. I can do all this."
I feel like I had to do some wall sits in my day too. Like, and I'm so much older.
Yeah, you
than
could be my
'cause you were
mom
just-
probably.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think so technically.
Well, like teen mom.
I would have been 12. You're 26, right?
27.
You're 27. So I would have been 11. So no, I could not have been your mom. But I do feel like the teachers definitely got away with doing stuff like wall sits and stuff, which should we bring that back maybe? I feel like maybe that would do something because I do get really jealous of PE teachers who, by the way, I really want to apologize for coming at them and saying that the test was hard because they're not academically focused. There was no reason to come for them like that. But
It is hard, but
I
sorry, I'm interrupting you. But I do have a theory now. You say I think they make the test hard because, like, if you really PE teacher, it ain't never going to be hard again. Like, if you go pull like a math teacher out and put her in PE, she's cooked. But if you got somebody say they are a PE teacher,
yeah.
smooth sailing.
Wait, so
We
hold
chilling.
on. Hold on, is a whole timeout. You're saying that a PE teacher could run a PE class just fine. But if you pulled someone from a different subject like English or math and put them in to be a PE teacher, they couldn't run a PE classroom.
I think it would be much tougher because you're
That-
thinking of like, well, it'd be like you couldn't put me in no math classroom.
No, because math is hard. PE is not hard.
You'd be surprised. Because also PE class sizes, at least as I've known it, are always much bigger. We're like sometimes twice as big as a normal classroom. And they're running around the gym. There's only one of you. If you walk across the gym to tend to something, they could all start trying to go out the door. So it's like different. Like that made me better at classroom management because it's like, yo, I got to manage. It's me and another adult for 90 kids.
Yeah, that is true. It is a lot of kids. I just like, I know I could never step into like a science classroom or a math classroom because those subjects make me cry. But I do feel confident that I feel like I could do a PE classroom. Could never do music, not ever. But I feel like I could do art or PE. Not to insult art or PE. I feel like maybe I have a natural inclination for that kind of stuff.
Oh, I couldn't do art.
You couldn't do art?
No, I'd be no way.
But what about the mural and your coloring book?
Man, this was up here when I got here. This is inherited.
You can never lose that now. I need you to put that on a shirt.
I want to paint over it.
Don't. With what? With what are skills? Gerry.
I was just gonna make it one solid color, do like the school's colors. Or I could pay somebody.
Okay. So one of the things we do on my podcast, I don't know if you're aware of this, because you definitely haven't sent in a voice memo yourself before. But we listen to voice memos of insane things and stories that teachers are dealing with, and then we respond to it. And if need be, we give anecdotes or advice of our own. So we are going to listen to a voice memo that somebody sent in this week.
I genuinely cannot wait. If I hear my voice come over that,
no, we listened to yours last week.
Y'all listened to mine last week?
We did. Yeah. It hasn't come out yet, but yeah.
Can I say something about it?
Sure.
That is a true story.
That's insane.
And that did not happen to me. It didn't happen to me.
Well, so guys, if you don't remember, last week there was the story about the student who walked in poop and like got poop everywhere in the room. So that was the story that Gerry had submitted. And I was like, you know what? Why are we listening to stories from him that way when we can just bring him on and hang out? So, all right, let's listen to the voice memo for this week.
Hi, first year teacher here. I was wondering if, I do this really, really weird thing. I tell my students that I have favorites. And I will tell my students, my favorite students are the students who have their books out. My favorite students are the students who have their notes out. And so it's really easy to be my favorite, and typically that'll prompt them to be my favorite by getting their notes out and stuff. Just how controversial is this method of having favorites? Because I'm considering next year by having my current students telling my previous students how to be my favorite student by like telling them to be prepared and have their books out and things like that and be, ready to learn. Can I run with that? I feel like that might not be the most ethical.
Gerald, what's your take?
Hey, look, she's still happy.
She does sound very happy. She sounded like very sweet.
Yeah. Hey, sweetie, come back in 5 years. You're going to sound like me. You're going to sound real worn out.
Do you have favorites?
So she made me think of something that I saw this Facebook video of Jameis Winston, who's the backup quarterback for the New York Giants. And he's talking to a kid. And he says, the kid like asks Jameis, like, oh, who's your favorite teammate? And he says, my favorite teammate is somebody who shows up on time, works hard, somebody who empties the tank. And it kind of gives those vibes.
Yeah.
But like I tell the students, like, they'll be like, Mr. Potoka, am I your favorite student? I'm like, no. I'm like, nah. I dislike all you equally. Like
that's what I tell them too. I'm like, I actually hate you all.
Yeah, I hate all of you.
So.
And they know I don't. know I don't. You know how popular
Right.
these were today? Like these coloring
I bet.
sheets. I got
Yeah.
like 7 of them on the board right now.
I love it. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's controversial to use to say "Oh, if you wanna be my favorite, get your book out." I think if it was something where they genuinely thought the only kids who were your favorite were the well-behaved ones all the time, and that's actually what they thought instead of it being, kind of a jokey thing, then I could see students, like myself and, Gerry when he was in school being really discouraged by that because I'm like, "That's never gonna be me, so unfortunately, I will live with not being your favorite." But I also feel like kids that kind of pop off in class a lot of times are the ones that would come in early and stay late and be like, "Hey, it's your favorite student." And I'm like, "It's the student I will remember forever because I've had to say your name 75 times today."
I also think that's not sustainable. You're gonna get tired of bringing them kids back and saying, "Oh, my favorite students." You're not gonna keep doing that. I'll
That is true.
Yeah. I barely even we do what do they call them? Like social contracts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you let the classroom decide how you're gonna treat everybody. Quit doing them too. I'm always like, hey, we'll talk about it. We got beef. We'll talk about it. But
Yeah. There is that idea of "Oh, we'll all just agree on what is the right behavior," because they assume that kids are always gonna be like, "Yes, because we all made this decision, none of us is gonna be horrible to anyone else." And I don't know. I think it works for a day and then it just kids are kids and they go back to doing the same thing they're always doing.
yeah, and there's gonna be some kid who takes that real serious. They're having a bad day, and then they're gonna come back after that bad day and be like, "Oh, I'm not Miss First Year Teacher's favorite anymore because yesterday I pouted and didn't do my I don't know coloring. I don't know."
Yeah. Yeah. It did feel like maybe upper elementary was that teacher's speed. I would be surprised if it was a middle school or high school teacher. She didn't say what grade she taught. So I'm assuming probably somewhere in the elementary world, which honestly is a little scarier to say, if you want to be my favorite, blah, 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 because kids have a harder time with nuance at that age. And I know my daughter would be really intense because she really loves to hear that she's doing a good job. So if she felt "Oh, I'm not currently her favorite," she would take that to heart and she would lose sleep.
Yeah.
And so I feel like elementary kids have a harder time with stuff like that. But we are going to play a game in a couple of minutes, but we are going to take a break first. So we will be right back. Have you ever wondered what I would say if my mother and my administrators weren't watching every single thing I do on social media? Well, that's exactly what my stand up show is. And I'm going to be coming to a town near you super soon. You can get tickets at educatorandrea.com/tickets. Hey, teacher besties, welcome back. So, we are going to play a game. It's Would You Rather, but it's going to be a teacher version of Would You Rather. Because for me, I always taught high school and you've only taught middle school. Is that right?
Right.
And we still don't know what you teach, but you've taught a lot of things. You teach the things, you be out there teaching the
Yeah, I'll be
things.
here
So,
most of the time.
right. Okay. So, would you rather supervise a middle school dance or a kindergarten field trip?
Middle school dance.
Really?
I've done them. I've done it.
Ugh.
I've been a
Yeah,
part.
that's why I wouldn't. That's why
I
I
don't
would
even want to
not.
supervise kindergartners in a kindergarten classroom.
Why?
They be pooping and stuff. Sneezing. If I wanted to get sneezed on, I'd go to the hospital and just hang out by the door.
That'd be a really weird move to just go and hang out by the hospital.
That's what I'm saying.
doors
That's why I'm not
asking people-
doing it. That's
Right,
why.
that makes sense. I actually think I'd rather do the kindergarten field trip, and I think that's only because I currently have a kindergartner at home, and so I'm already getting sneezed on all the time, and it's already we're already getting all the germs. By the way, I went to a kid's birthday party this last weekend, and the person who hosted the party, she kept her kid home on Friday because there's been a stomach bug going around the school so bad that all the kids are just pooping and puking their guts out all week. And a bunch of the teachers have been out, right? And so I get to this party. And so she knows that there's been this illness going around. I get to this party. There's a massive charcuterie board laid out. How do we feel about that? Would you eat some of the food off the charcuterie board, knowing that every kid there has recently had some kind of GI issue and was super, super sick. Because I don't feel like I'm a germaphobe at all. Like a lot of stuff occurred to me for the first time during COVID. I was like, oh, I guess it is kind of weird to blow on a birthday cake, but we're going to continue doing it and stuff like that. But like, what would you have eaten off the charcuterie board?
Well, like what was on it? Like ham and stuff.
You're like,
What
was
they put on
so
the
there-
like cheese? I'm not eating the little cheese balls. I think that's weird. I don't know why people be eating balls of cheese or square, not balls. What's the balls? But like with the corners, the cubes of cheese.
cute.
I don't be I think I always thought I was weird. Like, what am I, a mouse? I'm not doing that. But if they got like a little ham, I'll make one of them adult Lunchable sandwiches. Out of, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what a charcuterie board is?
Yeah,
Like,
but
have you
don't
have you
different
been
people
to
put
an event?
different things
Okay.
on them, or is there like a
Yes,
standard?
yes, they did.
Yeah.
No, I think generally that like you usually have like some sort of cracker up there, so you could make yourself like an adult Lunchable. That's essentially what it is.
I'm gonna put
And then
bacon
you
bits
put,
on
like-
mine,
Jerry, I would love to see a charcuterie board
like little
that you
cheeseburger
put
slider.
together. Yeah,
Look,
I don't think that's a charcuterie board. You can't put cheeseburgers on there.
it's my
It's usually, like-
charcuterie board. I'll put whatever I want on there. I'm gonna have some French fries and some Hawaiian roll cheeseburger sliders and some pigs and a
Okay.
blanket.
Wait, pigs and a
Pigs
blanket?
in a
It's pigs
blanket.
in a blanket. Okay, got it.
I'll
Yeah.
have pigs and the
Um,
blankets too. We can do them separate. You put the pig in the blanket yourself. Some people like to be tucked in different. I don't know.
So given that there was in fact normal cheese, not the circle with corner cheese,
Yeah, my bad.
there was like normal cheese and normal like lunch meat stuff and crackers, you would have partaken from the influenza board of death.
I mean, probably as long as they're not like baby birding it to me or something, I don't see what the problem.
I'm
Now, if they try and feed it to
generally-
me, I'll be like, nah, like get that out of here.
yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I'll pick off of it.
I did not. Yeah, I did not. Just because I was like, I feel like somebody's gonna get sick. My daughter and my son both ate off of it, and that night my daughter puked everywhere. And I'm like, did you get it at the charcuterie board, or were you the one getting everyone else sick? Who's to say? We don't know.
So wait, they got sick. They were all sick before the charcuterie board.
My daughter wasn't sick until that night, but everyone the previous week had been like out from school.
So she couldn't
I
have been
was
the one
highly-
getting them sick then.
No, not my daughter, but then like she might have gotten sick from the charcuterie board because other kids are just like already infectious, you know?
Okay, I think I
It's
get what you're
gross.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think, to bring it back to the would you rather, I would probably do the kindergarten field trip because they are very cute, but I would be stressed the entire time about losing one because they are wanderers. They just like are, they'll follow a butterfly. My son is trying to get kidnapped all the time.
You can get one of them things that they hold on to, like the little ropes, and they hold the ring.
yeah. Did they do that in kindergarten?
I mean, they can really do it any age if you tell them to.
That's very true. You could do it in middle school dance too if you really
Yeah,
need to.
like, hey, y'all hold on, because I just did that like 2 weeks ago.
For what? What do you mean?
We had middle school dance, and I had to go.
Oh, I thought you meant you had like the rope like 2 weeks ago and you
Nah.
guys were doing some sort of. They don't need that when they're learning Google Drive, I guess. So that
Nah.
makes sense.
No, I don't. I've been
Okay.
trying not to let them get move around the room. They have learned though, if they come up to my desk and like they send one or two of them to distract me, that they can start talking and I won't catch it because these two are up here talking to me. I'm like, y'all are plotting against me. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, the kids are really good at getting you off topic. All right, the next one, the next would you rather. Would you rather have your principal show up in a moment when your class is feral or in the moment that you are feral? But in this context, it just means acting crazy.
Okay. Acting crazy like I'm crashing out on them? Or
Yeah. Yeah. So like either you're crashing out on them or you're doing something super weird that you know is going to take a lot of explanation to your administrator afterwards.
probably me.
I agree. I think it's easier to explain away like something you're doing and you can shift really quickly if you're like doing something like let's say you're trying like I don't even know like you're threw a trash can across the room and that's the moment your admin showed up, then you could be like, and that's why we control our temper. Did you see that? That was like, try and do something to like play it off like it was a teachable moment and not that you were actually crashing out. Whereas if the students are, then it's hard to pull up from that.
So, like, I believe my admin knows, like, classroom management is probably what I'm best at. Like, the kids are not, most of the time, they're fine. They ain't doing nothing crazy. They're not going in and out of my room. They're not pushing me. So, like, if they came in and I'm crashing out, they're probably like, something happened and he's handling it. Like, he's doing his thing. Now, I've had times like I got observed one time and we were watching Shark Tank. And I'm like, doesn't look good on me. But I use Shark Tank because part of that careers class is entrepreneurship. And 8th graders, I teach marketing. So it's like, there's a place for it. But it's like, man, y'all
Yeah.
come in here one day and we watching Shark Tank. Y'all couldn't have come in here when I was sweating through guided notes. Y'all couldn't come in here
Every time.
y'all couldn't come in here when I was cooking up on
Right.
up on the PowerPoint. Like,
No,
but
they never do.
I think if they came in here and the kids was acting feral, they're like, oh, he let them do that. That we know that he's got enough of a grip. If I want him moving around stuff, yeah, that's fine. Because the second they step out of pocket, it's like, all right, y'all are done. I have a stick I use to hit the wall to get their attention. I just bought this whistle.
Oh,
They gonna hear me.
you got all the tools. I feel like I always struggled with classroom management as far as like, I don't know if it was necessarily me or the fact that there were classes I had that had like 43 freshmen, 6th period, and 27 of them were guys. And so it was just like a lot of freshman boys at the end of the day. And then like, it was just very hard to manage. I'm sure there were teachers out there that could have managed it. So it probably was a little bit me. But I for sure would rather have it be me because I feel like I could play it off and be like, oh no, it's not normally like that. Normally everything's super cool, as opposed to when students are acting just insane. Okay, I have one more. Would you rather eat in the cafeteria with your students every day or answer all parent emails in front of a live audience? And it can't be a comedy audience because I feel like that would just be a good bit.
Answer all the parent emails in front of a live
Really?
audience. Yeah.
Really?
So in college, I studied communication, and most of that I was a PR major. I could handle stuff.
Wow.
I see something. It's like, no, and I do like I write lengthy emails because I'm like, there are already gonna be no follow-up questions. You're gonna know all the info when I'm done talking to you. And
I love it.
and that's about it. Like I don't mind doing that in front of people. If anything, to me, it's gonna boost my head up. So I'm be like, y'all aren't gonna know I knew this many words. And I'm gonna ring it up. I'm gonna send that back the best email ever. And it's gonna be impressive and we're gonna be fine. Whereas if I had to sit in the cafeteria,
yeah.
like I don't even like walking through there because I don't have to take any kids to lunch. They just come to me between all their lunches. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going in there.
Yeah. No. Same. I think I would rather as well, especially because most of the parent emails tend to be fairly positive. I don't usually get anything or didn't get anything that was too crazy. Now I legally can't respond to parent emails because that's a violation of FERPA because everyone I teach is an adult. So all of mine would just be hitting delete when a parent emails me because I can't legally talk about their kid with them. So it makes my life a lot easier. Okay. Now, one of the things we also do is we choose a hill to die on, like some sort of kind of hot take or something that you think of that you're like, this is a hill I would die on, or a very strong opinion you have about something. Do you have a hill that you would die on that you want to share with us?
So I don't think I have one anymore. And the one I had, they got me. I died on that hill because I thought I used to write my lowercase k's weird.
How?
So I thought,
Are you going to give us a visual of the lowercase k?
So this is what most of them look like, right? It's like this.
Correct. For my listeners, it is a normal lowercase k, but he was demonstrated for me. Yes, that looks like a K.
And I forgot it's a podcast, but y'all, I mean,
It's okay.
y'all, I mean, most of your listeners can probably read, so they've probably seen K's before.
They've probably seen a lowercase K once or
And
twice.
this is how I used to and still sometimes write them. Is the other one.
That's a cursive K.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I thought it was a regular one. I thought it was authentic little lowercase K, and it's a cursive K. But that's how I always wrote it. And I wrote it for the students, and they're all like, "That's an R." And I'm like, "Yo, when did we change how we were writing lowercase K?" So I spent afternoon going to all my coworkers. I went to the secretary. I went to the principal. I think I went to all of the admin. I went to every teacher I could find and said, "How do you write your lowercase K's?" And no one else did the same as me. They're like, "No, it's an R. That's an R." And I was like, they was like, "That's an R with a little hair on top." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's a K."
Wow. Yeah. So the hill that you would have died on that day was that lowercase K's are always cursive lowercase K's.
I also don't think that many people know where Alaska is.
Do you know the lat long of Alaska? Because that would actually tell us where Alaska is.
No. I just learned where Alaska was because I thought, you know how on like the map they put in the little box in the corner?
Yes.
I knew it wasn't down there, but like I was trying to figure it out, and on Google Maps it comes up and it doesn't point to like Alaska. It points to like a little island real far away from Alaska that's still part of Alaska. And I'll show all my coworkers. I was like, "No, that can't be right." I'm thinking, y'all known it wasn't right if you knew where Alaska was, and they was all clowning me, and they ain't know either. You know why I learned when I learned I didn't know where Alaska was? I don't have a good grip on where Hawaii is either. But I found it.
How did you find it?
The map. Google Maps.
Okay, so I think the hill we need to die on today, because I also, as much as I am giving you crap about not knowing lat long, the only D I received in my entire college career was, in fact, in geography. So I think that maybe the hill we need to die on today is that geography needs to be studied a little bit more fiercely in at least middle and high school, at least for the teachers, that is.
You only got one D? That's a flex.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I worked really hard. I was working full-time and going to school full-time. And all of my classes, I did super well. It was only geography.
What college did you go to?
University of Mary Washington in Virginia.
You made that shit up.
No, I didn't. It's what? Why would I make that up? No, it's a real university. It's like the sister college of UVA, because UVA used to be only men, and so they had a women's college, and it was University of Mary Washington, and it's in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And that's where I went.
I didn't know they was making all men's colleges.
Yeah, for a while that's pretty much all they did. So, there you go. We're learning all sorts of things today.
I guess that's true. That's not one of the things we be learning in here. We don't know nothing about that. I do have a women of STEM wall.
You do?
Yeah. I ain't put it there.
What?
But I would have.
Take credit.
I would have.
Okay.
I left it there. I could have came in and cleaned house, and I didn't. I left this room exactly how I found it. I put some pictures up over there.
Yeah, because you're a feminist.
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
Gerald, before we let you go, is there anything going on? Any shows, anything like that you have coming up that you want to tell everybody about?
I'm going to be featuring for Shelly Belly at Greensboro at the Comedy Zone. I'll be featuring for Gasper at Comedy Club at Duckworth's in Charlotte on January 31st, and then at Goodnight's Comedy Club on February 1st.
Awesome.
Of next year, because of this February is already gone. We got rid of it, but we got the other February coming up.
Oh, right. That is how calendars work.
Yeah, I knew that.
How can people find you online?
I am at Comedy by GP on everything. Do you think I should change my Instagram name to Chat GP?
No.
I thought that was tough. I thought that earlier. I was like, that's tough.
No, you should just keep it because people are going to look up comedy and they're going to want to find you. And that
That's
way
true.
it makes it,
But
it's
yeah,
better for the algorithm.
so my Instagram and TikTok is at comedy by GP. I think Facebook and YouTube's just Gerry Potoka. You'll know because it's a guy that looks like me and has a microphone, which is something I do. And yeah, I'm the only one who look like this.
One of a kind.
Yeah, I'm one of a kind. I be out here.
That's right. Amazing. I love it. You'll be out here teaching those kids.
I'll be
that
out here.
stuff.
I'll be vibing.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you, Gerry, so much for coming on. And we are going to take a quick break and we will be right back. Hey, teacher besties. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with Gerry. Man, it's so fun when you are doing these shows and you have somebody that's just like a good hang that you can hang out with and is super fun and hilarious to be around. And I still am not 100% sure what his teaching license is going to be in or what he actually teaches. So if you have thoughts about what we talked about today, there are a ton of ways to hit us up. You can email us, andrea@human-content.com. You can also contact me at Educator Andrea, or you can contact the whole Human Podcast family at Human Content Pods. And thank you so much, those of you guys who have left reviews. If you've not yet done so, please do. And you can catch those full video episodes up every week, so that way you could see all of the visual things that Gerry was providing for the audience that was almost entirely audio. Thank you so much for listening. I am your host, Andrea Forkham. Our guest today was Gerry Potoka. Our executive producers are Andrea Forkham, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brooke. Our editor is Andrew Sims. Our engineer is Jason Portizo. Our music is by Omer Ben-Zvi. Our recording location is the Indiana State by College of Education. To learn more about our How to Survive the Classrooms program, disclaimer, and ethics policy, and submission, verification, and licensing terms, you can go to podcasterandrea.com. How to Survive the Classroom is a Human Content production.
How to survive the classroom.
Thank you so much for watching. Want more of How to Survive the Classroom? You can watch more episodes right now. Just click on that little box over there. You see it? And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Okay, bye.
Human content.